Last question. Como se dice? The last would you rather question of the day. Would you rather
I'm
have...
sucking it.
Damn! Oh, Jesus. I love that joke. I'm sucking it. Whoa, wait a minute.
Damn, let me get my shit off first. Damn! Rolling through the 5 stages of grief.
You only got the stage 4, though, poor guy. Fucking hell. Holmes tried to bargain. That's wild. Oh, man. Okay. Would you rather have everyone except you be immortal, or only you be immortal? So either everyone else in this world is immortal except you, or the other way around. You're the only immortal human being.
So with everyone else being immortal,
Yeah.
what do I get out of this equation?
Nothing.
Exactly.
But that means that everyone else gets to live and whatever, and you're the only person that dies ever.
Well, when I die, that shit ain't really gonna matter anymore, will it? So
That's finna be a lonely ass afterlife.
yeah. But then also it's like, if people are, talking about like crazy shit that's happening, right? Like around the world, none of that shit's really gonna matter to me.
Right.
Like, yeah, you guys are gonna have to stick around to deal with it. Like, I'm gonna die eventually, so who gives a fuck?
I think that life is very I think the reason why life is treasured so damn much is because of the fact that it's finite. You know what I mean? Everyone's so different, and everyone only has a set amount of time on this earth, right? And if you were to take that variable away and literally have a world where nobody can die, I think it'd be straight anarchy.
It would. And you'd be the only person that can die.
Yeah, right? And I think...
that chaos.
And, like, do they believe you? You know? And you also have to consider the fact that with everyone being immortal, that doesn't make the Earth immortal.
Yeah, exactly.
It wouldn't take too long for somebody to fucking get in the White House and press the nuke buttons. You know what I'm saying? Or let's say none of that happens, but eventually global warming or whatever the fuck breaks up the world. Everybody is immortal. So that means everybody's going to be floating in space for eternity in sub-zero temperatures. Constantly fucking choking to death because there's no oxygen, right? So yeah, like humanity will not be able to end, but we will have nowhere to be for literally trillions, quintillions, whatever the fuck, millions of years. That's hard. That's hard. Now, with you being the only immortal one, you can take responsibility of yourself not to do crazy shit, right? But all the emotional turmoil is going to be on you because you're not only... You're going to lose all your friends. You're going to lose all your family members, all your pets, all your wives. Throughout the millennia, you'll never want to get close to anybody because then you'll get attached. You know? And then eventually, when the world does end, you're going to meet that same fate, except you're going to be alone. For quintillions of years.
Yeah.
By yourself. In constant pain and agony. Choking. But you can't choke to death, so you'll just be choking. I mean, how... Let's say if the world has 10, 20,000, 30,000, maybe a million years left. What's a million years to quintillions of years in misery? Literally eternity. Well, it'll feel like eternity. I mean, that's real hard. Either get out while the getting's good, you know? Or be the only one that can live forever. That's some wild
That's crazy.
shit. That's a hard-ass question. Because I don't want to die, right? Everyone loves to... No one wants to die. It's a whole thing of mortality, right? And, I mean, everyone else is going to live, which means that everyone else is going to have to deal with that. If you take the immortality Except they're gonna have camaraderie. Everyone is gonna be alive, so everyone's gonna be able to be with each other until the end of the world, and then even
all
then
the time. Yeah.
exactly. Meanwhile, so they'd be taking a lesser kind of sentence, right? But it would still be a really big one, right?
Yeah.
Compared to you, that would make the ultimate fucking sacrifice. But you have to deal with that forever.
But also think about it on like, let's look at humanity as a whole, right?
Right.
If everyone was immortal, would everyone just assume you are immortal, not knowing you can die?
Well, yeah, eventually, probably.
So then when you did die, everyone's going to be like, oh shit, maybe, not all of us are immortal.
Right, but then after a couple millennia, they'd figure it out.
Yeah. And you'd be the only person on record to have died.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to think giving humanity the benefit of the doubt, they would probably find a way to either move to another planet or to find better way for the world to live. And now that we're all immortal, we don't have to worry too much, you know what I mean, about mismanaging time. I feel like the world would find a way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if we weren't living on Earth, we would live on other planets, and we would find a way to make life sustainable. I mean, we're all immortal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we would be able to find a way to live in a world where we could all be around each other all the time. And me being the only deaf, while I would love to be in that world, that utopian world, that's possible. I mean, we're talking about the worst possible scenario. Let's talk about the best case. Best case scenario is everybody, they find a way to make the world viable or to move to another planet, and then we live in maybe not peace and harmony. There will always be wars and conflicts, but the people will never die. There will be people who are literally trillions of years old with that much wisdom and knowledge, who have seen the previous wars, who have been a part of it, who have been through those kinds of struggles, and so that direct history and can be a really good change to society. That's one of the things that history, that teaching history kind of, como se dice, kind of dulls the effect of history, is because the people from those times are dead. So we think we're different. But that's not how it works. History repeats itself.
Mm-hmm.
So if people from 100 years ago were still alive and could see what we were doing, and they would be happy about the positives, but they could see the negatives, and they could sniff it out a lot easier because they were a part of it,
Mm-hmm.
So that could be the same thing for humanity, that people could learn from history a lot easier because they lived through it,
Yeah.
I'd say that there's just way too many... I think there's just way too many positives that could outweigh the negatives of everyone else being immortal except you.
Mm-hmm.
And while I don't want to die, at this point, you got to think about what's more important.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say everyone else being immortal. I'm one of those that likes to think that humanity would find a way. Like I said, we don't have to coexist. We could be solar systems apart. Who gives a shit, right?
Yeah.
But we'd be alive. We'd be doing good things. We'd be amongst each other. We would have camaraderie. We would have banquets. We would have whatever the fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we couldn't die. And while I wouldn't be a part of it, I'd like to think that everyone else, I'd want them to have that. Because I think I'd like to think that there's a better chance that it won't be constant dystopia for quintillions of years,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say I'd make the sacrifice. It'd be hard to do in the moment, but through conversation, like with this guy, I think everyone else being immortal makes the most sense. How about you?
Yeah. The unselfish answer is the better one.
Yeah.
It's really because, we say life is precious because, it's limited, it's finite. But I feel like if everyone was immortal,
it changed the game.
We'd find a way. like if all of humanity was immortal, we'd find a way to deal with it,
Like if there's one immortal, there's a lot higher chance that immortal would just get sick with everybody and start killing people, and that's it.
Exactly.
Right? But people who are immortal, they can't kill each other. So it's just like, okay, I guess we have to find a way to either separate or stay together.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be forced to do something, because they can't kill each other.
Yeah.
And well, I'm assuming there are fates worse than death. Oh, we'll just exile you. Oh, we'll throw you to the space, whatever. Mm-hmm. Dude, there are a lot of people in this world. And with immortal beings, there's going to be a lot more real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We find a way.
Yeah, that's the thing is we have billions of people on Earth right now.
Yeah.
If everyone was immortal, including everyone from history, it's going to be a lot more than than what we have now.
Well, let's not include people who are already dead. Let's just say people now from here on in. Billions. I mean, that birth rate is wild.
Yeah, I mean, like, the population is still going to grow, so either way, still going to be a shit ton of humans everywhere.
I'd like to think that we'd find a way. There'd be me some turmoil, but, after a few fucking wars, maybe a few centuries, right? We'd find a way. I like to think immortal beings, people who can't die, we can't be annexed, right? Like, for example, we nuke each other. Nuclear fallout. We're fucked. No one's dead. We're all still here.
Well, I'd be dead.
Yeah, you'd be. Right, but everyone else is alive. Right.
Yeah.
So we'd find a way, because there'd be no war. We wouldn't be killing each other. That's it. We'd find a way.
Yeah, so worst case scenario, we said there'd be anarchy everywhere, but, I mean, how long would that really last?
Right.
Before people are just like, okay, what now?
And here's the thing. Who's telling them they're immortal?
Yeah, no one.
Maybe that philosophy just becomes, like, the commonplace after you're dead. Like, no one even knows they're immortal. Maybe, like, a few people think it, and then, like, there's, like, mysterious sightings, but no one ever really connects the dots to you're dead, right?
Yeah.
That's it. And, hell, they might even use your death as evidence, right? As you mentioned before. It's like, oh, no, we're not immortal. It's just something odd in the medicine or whatever, right? But then, after so long, it's like, shit, I guess we all are immortal. you know? And then they'll make that connection. So as far as I'm concerned, it sucks. I want to be immortal, but you have to think about what comes after humanity, which will be a small, little, insignificant blip on your radar if you're the only immortal person.
Mm-hmm. If I was immortal with everyone else being immortal, that's different.
Yeah. If I was amongst the immortals, 100%. All day, every day. We find a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not. So that's hard for me, because I get to be the one that dies. But I'd like to think that I'm dying for the bigger cause. I mean, to be honest, if you think about it, what other cause is there that's more than that? You know what I mean? Yeah. You're dying for the most righteous of causes, because you made the decision. You did it. You know? I don't think...
Not only that, you made the decision, but also, like you said, who's going to be telling everyone?
Nobody, right? I'm not going to say shit.
You make the decision, and then as far as you're concerned, life goes on as normal.
Right, exactly. I'm not going to tell anybody nothing. And by the time people make connections, I'm going to be dead. But then they're going to start doing their own thing. And no one will ever know. And that's fine. They don't need that. I don't need to be known for that shit. I'm going to be known for the stuff that I develop here in my finite time. All right? That's fine enough with me. I'm okay with that. It may bother me or whatever in the afterlife. Oh, these people don't know. It's all right. Who gives a shit? You know? It's all right.
Yeah. And then also, I feel like you just wouldn't be depressed.
Yeah.
Like, if you weren't immortal, but everyone else was, you wouldn't really be depressed.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is what comes after humanity. Regret. Pain. You should have chose the other decision. Because now you're alone. And you will always be alone. Fuck that.
You're not going to be making colonies on other planets yourself.
Yeah, that's not how it works. You're not a fucking scientist. Well, I could develop it, and then I could do... No. Relax. Once again, it's all temporary to you. It's all temporary to you. You are literally an immortal being that will never die over quintillions of years. Infinity time. You will be there when the universe collapses in on itself and no longer exists.
It will get to a point where the destruction of Earth and the extinction of humanity will be a speck in your lifetime.
Yeah. Like, it will be a momentary blip that you barely remember.
Yep.
If at all. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Whereas I feel like it, and this is in my head, where if everyone else was immortal, I feel like eventually we'd evolve into like the Viltrumites from Invincible.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
It's like if we move to another planet, it's like, oh, on this planet, in this atmosphere, we're like super strong. And
Except,
we can fly and
except we can't kill each other. That's the thing.
Yeah.
No matter what, we're just here.
Yep.
And we can't be killed, so we'd be world-class conquerors. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it has to be everyone else. And it fucking sucks that I'm not going to be a part of that future, but it has to be everyone else. There's no better question. There's no better answer. I would love to see if somebody has an opposing viewpoint here. Let me know in the comments. Let us know. I would love to see somebody try to justify it, or try to defend it, or try to whatever the fuck. I want to see where you'd come from, but I don't want to see but then I'd save everyone. No. They're all flesh bags. They're all pieces of meat. They're gonna die.
Yeah.
If you break us down, right, to like the smallest components, we're just pieces of meat. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But immortal beings are just that. They'll never die. They're eternal. People who live longer than celestial bodies, like stars and shit, wild. You know? Yeah. Everyone else being immortal. That's all I have.
Yeah. Because it's very different being immortal by yourself versus being immortal with others.
Literally everyone else.
Yeah.
literally everyone else. Billions will turn to trillions.
Can't kill each other.
Yeah.
What would be the point of any war or conflict?
Right. For resources, that's not how it works, because eventually we got to leave our Earth, so that means we got to work together, because we can't work apart from each other. Because we can't work apart from each other. What I'm saying is that we'd either create our own facilities and work apart, or we'd work together. Either way, we're not going to be trying to impede on others, como se dice, because we can't kill each other. It is what it is. It's kind of fruitless. You know what I mean? Wars would literally be redundant. That's wild. Wars would be redundant. I've never heard that ever spoken before. Yeah, that's all I have to say about the matter. There is literally only one answer to that question. That's it.